Say, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. We said about the person that Elohim Zagri Musana rule our teachers, our person in truth, and we say salutations, holy accurate, repression with no truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly, in season and season, we say Shalom. Once again, going into our video here, and it's basically touching upon this news article, right? As it stated, it's a NLE Chopper announces he will be performing at Black Pride in Atlanta. It say I will be doing my justice by coming to Atlanta for Black Pride and showing love to the LGBT community for being one of the best audiences that's been streaming. And just like majority of the celebrities, they basically sold out. They would do anything, right? They would do anything to keep the fame, to keep the money, to keep the streams rolling in. They naturally don't care, right? And in the times that are coming up, they're going to use these same guys to promote the wickedness, and they've been doing it for years upon years, and they will continue to do it. When it was time to promote the job, who did they use, right? And when it's time to come in to promote, the MOTB and these other things, who you feel like going and use, right? There are already music videos showing these kind of stuff, right? And just as stated here, there was a study, right? There was a study, and most likely when I find by the article or do back a video on it, there was a study that proves that people that follow celebrities are stupid, right? As I believe it's something along those lines, right? Is that if it's a super fan or if it's a follower of these artists or celebrities, he's basically he is an idiot, right? And there's a study that they did, and literally when you watch these these people that follow these celebrities, the way they talk, they speak, the things that they indulge in, you can see that study is true, right? That study is true. Just like these people who would be following this rapper here to do these things, he's literally stating that he doing his justice, right, by coming to Atlanta for Black Pride and showing love to the LGBT community for being one of the best audiences that's been streaming, and that's how easy it is for these guys to sell out. Right? And when they do these things, the followers and the super fans and so forth go and follow him to do the same thing. But what they indulge in is wickedness. You understand? They say the wise to do evil, and that is what they do. Right? The wise to do wickedness, the wise to do evil. Now, as you say, mention pride. All these things that he's taking part in is things that are against the Lord. Things that are against the Lord, right? Talk about pride, right? Talk about the LGBT and those things are against the Lord, right? And let me just read. Let me see some of these comments here before. So this person, Mark, you all please respect this man. He doing this out of the kindness of his heart. Let's not make him uncomfortable and do too much. And I just basically was stating before that what the study said is that people that super fans of or heavily followers of these celebrities are stupid. This is a stupid comment, right? If something is wrong, it's wrong. It's simple as that. But the time that we're living in this present evil place, right? Now let's go to our script here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 3. It say, and say not. Sorry. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7. Right? It says pride is hateful. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. So he mentioned pride. Now these is things that be against the Lord. As I mentioned, everything that these celebrities, these artists, these actors, everything that they indulge in is things that be against the Lord. Right? And again, this place is literally against the Lord. Right? So what you feel it is going to do? They mention these pride things, the witchcraft, all these things. It's things that you're not supposed to be taking part in, but they are doing it, right? Because again, these guys are sellouts. They're in the industry, and you have been hearing these stories for years of what's been taking place in the industry, what's been going on in the background, what's been taking place in the dark that's coming to light, right? That's what the scripture said. It's a pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. right? And that is what they do. And by both, the one commit iniquity, and that is what they do, having that pride, right? Right? Same book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 12, right? Let's go on to verse 12 now. Yeah. So it's the beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. And that is literally what it is here. It said the beginning of pride is when one departed from God. And you can see literally the names that they choose is things that be against the Lord. Pride, and many other things that they put forth. Certain things I even can't say on YouTube, because why? The video will get flagged, it might get banned. Even doing it right now, doing this video here, when it's time to upload, then you would know if it might go up or not. But as the scripture said, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God, right? The beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So once that pride hit, his heart will turn away from his maker, and that is what they do, right? And that is what they do. Their heart is turned away from his maker, and they do things like this, right? They become sellouts. Once that pride hit them, that is it, And you see it with men, right? They say, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that had it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Right? So so the pride is the beginning of sin. And he that had it shall pour out abomination. And that is what they do. Then might have this pride, because the name of the pride festivals and all these things. But then might have it shall do what? As I say, it shall pour out abomination. Right? And that is an abominable act being done that he's taken part in, and he's going to promote to his audience and for his audience and so forth. It's like when you read some of the comments here, it say this is huge for the community of rappers, because we all know how they normally are. It says supporting diversity and inclusion through music is a powerful way to bring communities together, but it's something wrong, right? But again, that is just what you would get in this particular industry. There's nothing good that's been done in this industry, in that Hollywood industry is it's Hollywood. To these guys, the kind of things they be doing in the background, they be going there, them Diddy parties, right? So, but you just want to bring the scriptures to show you how pride is against the Lord, and people that have this pride, the things that they would do, they commit abominable acts, right? So let's go to the book of I believe is just now. Same book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 15, verse 13, right? Right? The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 15, verse 13, he said, the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. So, right, so just I also take a quick pause, right? So continuing, it said the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. So that's just as simple as it could be. The Lord hated all abomination, this particular act that he's going to take part in, right? Or include himself in, right? To say he's what do you say? He's doing his justice, right? Is totally wrong, totally off. It's basically an abomination, right? And one time it said the Lord hated all abomination, and straight as it could be, it have no getting wrong. It says, it's like Christianity, they tell you that, love the sinner and all these things, and now the doctrine must he do a full 360. Now they must be saying that you can commit abominations and so forth, right? But as the scripture stated, it said the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. So one time, them that fear God and love the Lord, they would not be taking part in these things, because it's what abominable act is wickedness, right? And them that fear the Lord, as I say, fear God, love it not. And we wouldn't love these things, right? But majority of these other people, just like we say in the comments, they don't fear the Lord, right? They don't fear the Lord. They want to be included in it. They want to, as I say here, support and diversity and inclusion. And that is what they want. That is what they just want to do with, even with the scriptures. They just want to include these people in this, to say that they can be saved, to say that the things that they be doing righteous, and it's not. It's plain as it could be. As the scripture stated, the Lord hated all abomination. Just like a particular video I did before, I believe it was yesterday, right? Talking about going into something else, but it's basically going into abominable act as well, right? That men wearing on women clothes and so forth, right? And you can see that just by these comments, these people they don't fear God, right? So, but coming soon they go fear him one way or the other, right? You see, it just made him so much sex, as you can see, right? As you can see, these people they love it, right? They love it. Just wickedness all around. Now let's go to Leviticus. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. It says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination." And I will now read, the Lord hated all abomination. So there is no justifying these particular acts. As he stated here, I will be doing my justice by coming to Atlanta. That is not justice. You're committing an abominable. Let me go to our scripture here, right? It's the book of Psalms 1 verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." And that is straight to the point. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. So one time you saying that this is a justice, you're not supposed to be walking this walk with them, or including, or so forth and so on. It says, "Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Right? It says, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." Because again, if you fear the Lord and you're meditating upon the law day and night, you would know these things are wrong and you wouldn't be taking part in it. And this was one of the rappers that he so-called went through a spiritual journey, and he so-called said that he knew from right from wrong and all these other things that he do. But hey, when the money being hit, when the money being affected and the fame falling or however it may be, they would do things to keep it up. They would do things to stay famous, just like majority there's other people, and they would do abominable acts to keep it that way. And you know what? Esau, the wicked, would obviously let them do these things, right? Because there's only one way coming in, and there's one way they make them leave that in that industry, But as the scripture said, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night." And we now read the law. Let's go back to Leviticus. Let's go to another one here now. Leviticus chapter 20, and I'll read verse 13, right? Leviticus 20 verse 13, it says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them, and that is the law. That is the law. So one time, as I say here, that is an abomination, right? So you see all the things that these men are mixing in, that they promoting, and they into as I say, pride, something that is against the Lord. Man on man is an abomination, and all these things is all the end is evil, right? And once again, they would lead the followers down the wrong path. They're set up to do these things, right? But nonetheless, it's a judgment to be received for promoting and taking part in these things, and a judgment soon come. So with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Mekakodash. We say that when apostles and elders agreements and rule teachers our apostles in truth, and we say salutations, so the Akamas, we push you with on truth and sincerity, day in and day out, in a constantly in season or season. We say Shalom.